Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Jaquan Grand, and this is the Music Consultant. Today we're going to talk about Larussell, right? So Larussell is a hip-hop artist from Vallejo, California, and the man is an inspiration to a lot of artists, including myself. And I can say that he's doing some amazing things. Not only is he having the live jam sessions in his backyard where people are paying to come to his backyard to see him perform, he also collaborated with Momo's Cafe in the Bay Area to allow customers to pay what they want for their food. So, like I said, this man is doing some amazing things, but today I wanted to talk specifically about his Pay What You Want album, and also how I did something very, very similar with my release. So on October 1st, utilizing crowdfunding, Larussell releases his album on the Even platform. So as you can see right here, he was able to sell 1,100 albums, right? He was able to generate a total revenue of $27,000 with the average album sale of $24. Fans were given the option to pay what you want for this album as well. So you had one fan who paid $1,000, 3 fans who paid $500, 54 fans who paid $100, 130 fans who paid $50, 545 fans who paid $20, and 75 fans that paid $5 or less. So he was able to generate roughly $27,000 just utilizing the Pay What You Want feature. Genius. Genius. The thing that made this rollout so great to me is when you look at the $27,000 in revenue he made, when you look at the streaming equivalent, right? So for that $27,000 that he made, he would have needed to have 1.8 million fans as well as 9 million streams. So he was able to do these numbers without having to have all those extra things connected to it because people just gave what they wanted, right? They utilizing the Pay What You Want feature. So I was like, man, this rollout is so dope. And I wanted to do something similar. So back in July, so Larussell did his in October. I was kind of testing the waters in July of 2022. I released my song Underdog, and I utilized the Pay What You Want feature as well. I was able to get $30. So when you look at the streaming equivalent of $30, I would have needed to have 8,000 streams on this song that I just released. Now, mind you, I didn't have a huge major rollout like Larussell, and I also don't have a huge community behind me like Larussell. I was grateful for the 8,000 streams that I was able to get, and I was like, man, I want to push this forward. So even seeing what he was able to do with his project, I was like, man, I wanted to do something similar, and I utilized my website. And when I released my project Grant 2 back in November, I was able to get $100 in sales directly utilizing the Pay What You Want feature. So once again, when you break that down to the streaming equivalent, for me, it's $110. So when you break down the streaming equivalent for $110, I roughly had 31,000 streams. If we look at the streaming equivalent for Spotify, $110 is 31,000 streams. Apple Music is 16,000 streams. Tidal was roughly 12,000. Deezer 19. Amazon Music 25,000. YouTube Music close to 15,000. Pandora 82,000. Napster at 6,500. So I always say ownership is key. And I will continue to try to push and get people to just release content on their websites or utilizing features like Even. So Even is a platform that rewards fans for supporting their favorite artists directly. Even is a direct-to-fan platform that empowers artists to reward their core fans by building a direct connection. So they're not a streaming service. How does Even work? On Even, fans purchase albums and are instantly on the list to receive exclusive access from their favorite artists. Owning an album on Even gives supporters access to the music before it's uploaded to streaming platforms. So to me, it's kind of like I say, it's an exclusivity type of thing. And I utilize kind of the same thing with my website. It's like if you purchase my album first, you're able to not only get it before it's on a streaming site, but you also can get things like merch, vinyl, and things of that nature. So I'm always a big believer in push it on your website or utilize platforms like Even first, because at the end of the day, we all know that these streaming services aren't really paying us that much. Larussell is someone, he make roughly like 30,000 from streams, but you know, he was able to almost clear that directly. This is the day one. I'm pretty sure he surpassed, you know, 27,000 in revenue with that album. Just off of his streaming alone, he generates like $30,000. And then also we find out from 2020 to 2022, he's been able to generate $30,000 off of his streams. So when you look at the $30,000 he made off of his streams across 2 years compared to the $27,000 he made utilizing the Pay What You Want feature, I mean, come on now, like just the numbers themselves speak volumes, right? So I'm a huge believer in, you know, utilizing the Pay What You Want feature, as well as, you know, just ownership, right? We all know that streaming services aren't really paying, you know, creators like ourselves a lot of funds. I mean, a lot of money, especially when you're not, one of the major artists on their platforms. And it can be hard to kind of make a living utilizing just streaming. So I definitely suggest that you utilize some type of pay what you want feature, like Even, or you have OnlyFans. There's a lot of platforms out there where you can, Patreon. You can offer exclusive, music before it's on these streaming services, and your fans, if they believe in you and they want to see you grow, because that's the beauty of a lot of this stuff. When you see Larussell or Nipsey Hussle, a lot of the fans they believe in vision. They believe in the artist. They want to see this artist grow. They want to see this artist become major. So they're willing to, give and support. So that's another thing you want to take in consideration when you talk about building that community, is like people wanting to see you grow, wanting to see you, become, very, very huge. And, they tend to give and support any way they can. So I'm a strong believer in doing so. And like I said, someone like Larussell is definitely a pioneer in that field. So much kudos for him. Appreciate you guys stopping by for the music consulting. Y'all have a good one.